Good morning, Malaysians. We are watching Sunday Morning Talk. I'm Chan, your moderator, and today we're going to talk about obesity. Yes, you are right. We are talking about obesity. Today, we feel grateful and appreciated as we are able to invite our Minister of Health, YB Dato Seri Muhammad Sazri. Give him a round of applause. For your information, Dato Seri is very concerned about the increment of obesity cases in Malaysia. Thus, he spent his time with us here to create awareness among the citizens. Well, we welcome our second speaker, the well-known bariatric doctor in Malaysia, Dr. Wendy from Columbia Asia Hospital. Dr. Wendy is a specialist in medical weight management and she just completed her master's regarding physiological change of a person who is facing obesity problem in Stanford University School of Medicine. And the most important thing is she's just 26 years old. What a talented young woman. So, doctor, would you mind to give me your phone number? Just kidding. Last but not least, our last speaker is a lifetime inspired. He used to be a 150 kilo guy with a low self-esteem. And he lost his job, as well as people keep on criticizing him. He lost his fiancée as well due to his extraordinary body weight. However, his life changed after he managed to lose half of his body weight. Within 6 months, he regains his confidence and his experience was reported in news. His life-changing story inspired many obese people in his country, India, to lose weight and shine bright in their life. So let us welcome Mr. Mohan. So thanks for you all coming to our show and share important messages and information to the public. Well, without wasting any time, let us begin our forum today. So, obesity, in a basic term, is the description having too much body fat and often referred to the word overweight. It is the condition of being grossly fat and it carries a lot of adverse effect to people, regardless of their age. So, Dr. Wendy, can you tell us more about obesity?
Oh, sure. Thank you, Chance, and thank you for inviting me to this Sunday morning call. So, in medical terms, obesity is actually the abnormal accumulation of body fat, usually more than 20% of an individual ideal body weight. For information, the healthy range of body fat for women is 20 to 35, but for men is 10 to 15%. For easy measurements, body mass index, or also called BMI, is usually used to classify the overweight and obesity in adults. So it's actually defined that a person's weight in kilograms divided by the person's height in meters and in square. So if the result of the BMI is 25 to 29.9, it means that you are overweight, while it is more than 30 means that you are obese. However, keep in mind that BMI is actually used to estimate your healthy body weight, but not used to measure your percentage of body fat.
Thank you, Dr. Wendy, for sharing this important information to us. And now, Dr. Seri, referring to some news and reports, the number of obesity cases among Malaysians is on the climb. Can you share with us the current statistic and data of obesity cases in Malaysia?
Alright, thank you, Chad, for inviting me to this program, Sunday Morning Call. It's my pleasure Well, talking about obesity, here in Malaysia, we are so obsessed with ranking and world domination in certain aspect. But obesity is one of it, and something that I can say that we shouldn't be proud of. Malaysia has been rated as one of the highest rated in the Asian country, which is in obesity aspect. So there's a new finding from British journal, which is the Lancet, shows that 48% of women and 44% of the men in the country were found to be obese. And from here we can say that this is a very big problem because it has implication in terms of heart problem, diabetes, and many more. So our Prime Minister, Dr. Sri Najib, also encouraged and asked the global services and the profession to work on this. And according to the new study, the Lancet that I said just now, it says that Malaysian has been raised heavyweight at 45%, and followed by South Korea about 33.2%, Pakistan, if I'm not mistaken, 30.7%, and China is about 28.3%. So basically, the problem or this epidemic the epidemic of the obesity that has now been reached has been alarming stage with at least 2.8 million people which dying because of the obesity, which as a result that it is not very good to all of us. And I must say that diabetes can be expressed as a new communication disease because it can cause due to the consumption of junk food and due to the sedentary lifestyle. Perhaps, okay. So obesity is actually one which I never believed that could happen in well-developed countries, especially in Asia, because actually myself I love Japanese cuisine, which is very healthy diet, right? So in this world, we can say that obesity will never be a lifelong problem. But however, it was not people did not recognize that obesity is actually a disease. But who cares about this? So I think this is not a great idea because we should aware that obesity is a very big problem in Malaysia.
So, how about the causes of obesity among Malaysians, Dr. Sri?
Oh yeah, like I said just now that most of the causes related to the obesity among Malaysians are mostly related with consumption of junk food and sedentary lifestyle. So basically from what we can see that nowadays the unhealthy eating habit among Malaysians are main causes of the obesity. So they are prefer to eating fast food outlet and rather than cooking at home, and the children are being given with junk food, and some of the Malaysian people they tend not to having a regular exercise, which is supposedly we are advised to have an exercise about 20 minutes, about 3 sessions per week. So basically, I think that's one of the idea on what the causes of the obesity. So, Dr. Amy, do you have anything that you want to add up? Maybe?
Yeah. You see, nowadays, the people is like consuming too much calories because the buffet have become a trend. So they are eating much more than they could. Secondly, they also like start to getting late to sleep. So tomorrow, like the next day when they go to work, they have not have enough sleep. So this bad habit actually doubles up the risk of getting obesity. Then some more, the people nowadays are living a sedentary lifestyle, which with the arrival of the televisions, computers, washing machines, and other modern devices. So comparing to their parents and their grandparents' age. So this actually causes the people now is getting lazier.
So, thank you, Dr. Sri and Dr. Wendy. Mr. Mohan, I personally very admiring you. I had read many articles and reports about your journey of weight losing. Your story went viral around the world. within a month. I heard that you are going to publish a book. Is it true? Anyway, it is very inspiring and motivating to the obese people. We are the idol for them. So can you tell Malaysians about your life before losing weight?
Okay, thank you, Chan. First and foremost, I would like to say thank you for inviting me for this program, Sunday Morning Call. Before I'm going to answer your question, I would like to answer your previous question, which is regarding about my new book. Yeah, it's true. I'm going to publish a new book, which is entitled My Incredible Journey. So it's actually I published only for the public, so they can read and get some ideas. And so now we're going to talk about my experience. Actually, my experience is really a sad experience. Because a few years back, as you see me now, it's not my real weight a few years back because I'm really overweight. A few years back, I'm almost 150 kg and 5 feet 2 inch in height. And you believe or not, I'm the most biggest in my family.
Yeah.
Although my other family members are big too, but nobody is morbidly big as me. So I was very thin and as a child, but when puberty hit, I started to gain weight and slowly food became my only friend. So it has gotten to the point where I've isolated myself from the world for past 2 years. I have tried many times to change, but only after a few days my willpower will die and I go back to my old ways. So I know I need to do something, but or else I might end up at the hospital. So actually my sister is very supportive towards me, but she really doesn't understand all the problems of my weight. She doesn't know how it feels when people humiliate me or mock me at the street just because of my weight. It has been almost 10 years since my weight problem started, and I think most of the years I was spent making virtual friends than real ones. I always ended up losing my real friends because I could not do activities with them, or I didn't feel cool enough to be part of their gangs. So I have been depressed throughout this time and often contemplate ending my life. My family environment also not very healthy because my parents split up, and I've also been actually sexually and verbally abused. So it's really sad, I live with my mom and she hates me. She really hates me, and it keeps cursing me for not working and for being so ugly. And it tells me that it would be better if I died. So I'm tired of my life. It's of so much sadness and tears of feelings so underconfident and defeated.
I feel sorry to you, Mr. Mohan. But what actually motivated you to lose weight?
Well, actually, I'm motivated by fiancée, by my fiancée.
Oh, she really helps you a lot, huh?
No, she dumped me just because I'm fat.
Oh, sorry about that.
Sorry about that.
She brought a guy who looked tall, slim, and muscular. That guy even humiliated me. I'm really depressed and frustrated at that time. So this incident makes me realize the reality of it. Well, you see, losing weight is not easy as you all think. It might need strong confidence and self-discipline. For me, to lose weight, actually I began my training for 5-kilometer race. I did run 6 to 15 miles each week, but I didn't adjust my diet at all. So while I was able to finish my race, my physical appearance didn't really change. I only dropped 5 kg. Okay, I only dropped 5 kg. So after I conquered my 5-kilometer race, I moved into a more challenging task, which is a half marathon. I ran up this training, running up to 21 miles each week as I prepared my body. Then I finished my half marathon, but my weight didn't change. I was still sitting around 145 kg. So after I ran that marathon, it finally sunk in. This is not going to happen unless I change the way I eat, means my diet. So I picked up a diet program, and followed the instruction. And I started eating around 2,000 calories with 50% of protein, 30% of carbohydrates, and 20% of fat. So I cut out my white breads, noodles, and dairy products. I bases my diet around lean protein and vegetables. I get my workout in 5 a.m. every morning, and while I struggle with the program at first due to my body weight, I become more strong, and then now I wear a weighted vest when I'm working out to increase the difficulty of the exercise. So now, as you all can see, I reached my targets and successfully lost my weight. This also done wonders for my self-esteem, and I'm no longer relying on any antidepressants.
What a wonderful experience, Mr. Mohan. Do you have anything to say for them who are currently working hard to kill the body fat?
Yeah, I have something to tell to them, but my advice is most basically on mental advice, because most of the people are mentally depressed when they are getting fat. So the people outside there, the viewers should be mentally strong. Don't decide your life. Don't let your life decide by others. Whatever you target, try to make it real. Don't get upset easily. Those who closely monitor both the positive and negative outcomes of their regime achieve better results. Set realistic goals, and if you don't meet your goals, don't get upset. If I can do it, you also can do it.
Thank you, Mr. Mohan. And now, Dr. Wendy, are there any advice and guidelines for us in order to reduce body fat more effectively?
Well, if it's my patients, I will suggest they should reduce their daily calories intake and consume more fruits, vegetables, and whole meals. The consumption of sugar, refined carbohydrates, and fat should be reduced. Never try losing your weight quickly, like a crash dieting, or it may actually develop more problems by experiencing vitamin deficiencies, and also the chance of the failure is significantly higher. Secondly, you should move more, right? Right. To lose a kg of fat, you need to burn 8,000 calories. So for obese people, walking briskly is actually a good way to start increasing your physical activity. Also, include activities that can fit into a daily routine. If you usually use the elevator for your works, you can actually try using the staircase now. Or if you are driving or taking any form of public transport, you can also try getting off earlier, work that a bit more. Combine physical activities and good diet may increase the chance of losing your weight successfully and permanently. Thirdly, which is the last solution, in the patient's spine is extremely hard to shift pounds. All his obesities have reached such a point to significantly undermine his health. If this happens, then prescription drugs that can become an option. However, the effect is very to people. There are 2 approved drugs that has been used nowadays. There is sibutramine and orlistate. These 2 drugs is actually, if you stop taking these drugs, the overweight problem will be coming back. So it must be taken, cannot be stopped. So people who are seriously obese should also seek the help of the dietitians, like the professionals for the weight loss program, I suggest.
Thank you, Doctor. So, Dr. Seri, can you share with us what are the programs and projects that are conducted by our governments in order to cope this problem?
Alright, thank you, Chan. Alright, so the responsibility to find in order to reduce the problem of obesity is, first of all, that the government here in our country has one of the main alternatives that we conducting a campaign to tackle this issue. So this campaign will normally involve with the media and all the citizens. We encourage them to reduce their intake of sugar and coconut milk in their daily meal. And the problem is that Malaysians tend to use high consumption of sugar. So the daily sugar intake among Malaysians was too high actually, and I think it's about 51 grams, which is way higher than standardized by the WHO, which is supposed to be 50 grams. So basically, the habit or the diet intake by the Malaysians should be changed. And besides that, our Youth and Sport Minister YB Dato Khairi Jamilin, who currently our Youth and Sports Minister, also have came up with an idea, which is a Jom Fit Carnival. So this is to encourage all the Malaysians to come over and participate in all the activities that has been promoted on that day. So this carnival is actually focusing on developing a healthy nation for our country. So basically, as we all know that Malaysia also has faced so many health problems regarding, which is obesity, heart attack, hypertension, stroke, and that's why when we conducting such an event, so we are hoping that the Malaysian will come and join us to ensure that Malaysia will be free obese country in the future. Yeah, that's one of the few programs that has been done by our country, the government itself.
Thank you, Dr. Sri. It's about time for us to end the show. Before that, let me make a conclusion for the whole forum. Obesity is not the end of the world, and it can be solved. But what you need is a strong mind that can change your lifestyle, and not forget that it is better for you to seek for professional assistance or advice to speed up your weight losing progress. Thank you very much, Dr. Sri, Dr. and Mr. Mohan, for enlightening our forum. So, and our audience in front of the TV, thank you for supporting our show, and see you next week. Bye.